next part of the process, if you were watching on from yesterday's live, watching this back in history, or if you're watching this right now, is I'm just adding with this pyrography tool, and you can just see it appearing, just burning the paint away gradually, just to add some of the details in to this beautiful little squirrel. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let me just go and try this angle, might be slightly better for you guys, so I can really zoom in and you can see what's going on. There we go, that's better. Got this beautiful squirrel design, and I made these yesterday, or carved the wood, and this has masked off where I've been spraying the orange stencils, tones of brown in there, walnut, and this tool is about 500 degrees centigrade. So there he goes, 500 degrees centigrade. So, and it's just gradually taking it back. So do let me know if you were watching yesterday on the live stream when I was carving the shapes of these squirrels into the wood and then doing the finishing of these hedgehogs. And this is just burning back to the ash wood, and I'm just like adding the details in for these little hands like that, and then on the acorn as well. The exciting bit is going to happen in a minute when I'm going to remove the blue tape. So if you're watching right now, just hold on for 30 seconds and you're going to see me just do the final reveal on this little mini squirrel artwork on beautiful ash wood. So yeah, I'm just going to, with this tail, you see it's just slightly distant from here. So what I'll do is I'll turn the temperature up, the pyrography gauge, just like that. And then I'm just going to actually burn the wood. You see the smoke just coming out of that? So I'm just going to burn the tail in there and texture it in. When I'm doing the details on the actual squirrel, I'm going to turn it down again to about 500 degrees, something like that. And then just take that away. Okay. Right, so then the big reveal. This is just standard masking tape, and let me just peel from the top just like that. Just it's tricky to do with one hand while I'm holding the phone. See if I can do it in one. There we go, there we are. So then he's sort of encased all within the log just like that. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now if I'm going to take this one and replace it with this guy here, this is slightly different because I've chopped the wood in half rather than do the full squirrel in the log like that. And yeah, you're going to see it just burning back. Cheers, Tom. Thank you very much. Nice words, by the way. But yeah, we're loving the little squirrel. Now this has got a real shape within the wood. You can just see it. This is the way the wood's shaped, and that's a deliberate ploy to actually make the squirrel look a little bit more 3D. And I'm just going to follow the line. So you take the top edge like that and just burn back into it. Pull this back. Welcome to my studio, by the way, everyone. My name's Sid. I'm a spray paint artist. Do like this live stream. It's free to do that. And do hit that follow, subscribe button as well. That'd be much obliged if you could do that as well. I'm starting to ramp up the live streams here. I'm a live streamer on one or two other platforms, but really getting into my YouTube this year. And it's all about spray paints, street art, having fun. My artwork is all very different. This is one of my wildlifey pieces, obviously, and it's really gone to town with the wood for this particular one, where I carved this shape into the little canvas just here. Thank you very much, Hamburger Hammer. Yeah, we're just coming together nicely. Yesterday, I kind of shaped the wood into the little tiny dots just there. I'm going to just put a little bit more detail around the eyes as well, just to whiten them off. Just add a little bit more light. Just like that. And then this is the exciting bit. When I peel this back, so with the stencils and spray paint, I overspray onto the blue tape. So when I remove this tape, you're going to get that really tight line. So let's have a little look. So it just removes some of that tail, but that's fine because that's sort of within the hole, just like that. So there we are. These all coming together nicely. And then I've just noticed here, there's a little bit of a white element. So what I can just do is just kind of burn with this tool, and it just takes the edge and that darkness away and kind of blends it in as if it was always there, and as if by magic that's all sorted. So I do need to sign these guys as well. I'm not going to put that back over there. This is a nice one, look. So he's totally encased within the little hole as well. I'm just going to give you a little, this is my studio, by the way. I was making these, someone said they were porcupines yesterday. Very similar, these beautiful hedgehogs as well. All done with spray paints and stencils. So these are some of like the stencils that I would have used to make these little hedgehogs just there. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Do hit subscribe. My name's Sid. This is my studio. I do need to have a little bit of a tidy up in here. You can see some of my other different artworks, which I also spray paint onto beautiful pieces of wood. I'm doing an event this Saturday, actually, where I'm going to be going out to an event and selling some of my artwork. Other stuff where I'm like carving it into the log. You've got like the koalas just there. He's all looking good. The actual squirrel that I'm making is available. Look, I can pin him to the top just there. So you should just see it on your... And then the dog down here, she's just always wondering why I'm talking to myself. Right, without further ado, let's go back and just do a little bit of pyrography over here on this beautiful squirrel. So I'm just taking a bit of line work and I'm going to burn back some of this squirrel like that, all coming nicely. This is the tail, which I'm tucking over just there. What's the name of the dog? That is Holly. She's quite an elderly Springer Spaniel, English Springer Spaniel. But she's been with me for my entire art career. So she's coming up to 100 this year in dog years. So she's doing really well. The fire's not on, so, but yeah. I've got a painting of my dog, yeah. But it's in my local coffee shop. The reason is I get free coffee as a result, and they also sell some of my work. But I've got a full-size dog portrait of Holly, which I have done. So maybe I'll bring him back into the studio. What I do have is a full-size Jaws over here of 007 fame, 7'5". I do have a naked Damien Hirst in his own jar with a skull just over there. I do have a life-size giant, sorry, not a life-size, a giant Groot and a giant lion up there. And over here, we've got a giant baby Yoda. So, yeah, and I've got a little bike hanging up there. These are a lot of my old sort of artworks just coming over there. So there we are. So, yeah, welcome to my little studio. This is the stencil shed. And if you give me a little follow, give me a little like of this live, that would be much appreciated. See if we can let the algorithm know there's something interesting going on in this live room. And that'd be great. See if you can support an artist at work here in his studio, just scraping back squirrels. So I'm at 440 degrees. So this is a hot, basically, knife, which I'm just burning. And I'm taking the paint through and adding this kind of fluffy effect. And it also means I can define where the legs and the hands are within the hole. Just don't go anywhere right now, because in a second I'm just going to be pulling this blue tape off, and you're going to see the hole just all coming together nicely within that encases the squirrel. And I've just darkened off this area. Let's have a little look. So I'm just going to have a little bit more around there, a bit more on the acorn. Right, without further ado, we're just going to grab the blue tape, grab that, double tap the screen, chat. Oh, does that work? Does it? If you double tap the screen, does that like the live? That'd be amazing. If that advice is, I wonder if I can do that. What happens there? I can't do it. I mean, you got me double tapping the screen there, Paul. There we go. Yeah, the lion is a huge freehand drawing. These are done with spray paints and stencils. I am the stencil shed, and these are the sorts of paints that I use. I also do street art, fun things. Do check out my shorts feed. I've got loads of different fun shorts that I do. The one that's the most popular one, as anyone seen, is this. It's like the elephant's foot from Chernobyl, but in paint form. So every time I kind of test my spray caps, I spray it just on this box, and over time it's created this massive paint coming down. And I did a little viral video on that, which has had like 6 or 7 only on okay, I got it. Oh, there we are. Anyone watching right now, do double tap the screen, see if we can get the little arrow here up to 20 just there on the likes. That would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, so that's do go and check that out. It's had loads of views, about 6 or 7 million views now, and it's a bit of a fun video. So all my art is about having a little bit of fun, and then we're going to have a little bit of fun with this next squirrel here. So this is what I carved into the wood yesterday on the live stream, and I've got the blue tape going round. You see it's oversprayed onto the blue tape, so when I remove this tape, it's going to reveal the how do you feel about I don't feel anything about that. This is not a political live stream. This is about artwork, so just don't worry about that sort of stuff, my friend. Right, okay, so we've got line work just coming in like that. We're going to do a little bit of white around the eyes. We're going to click that on there. There's just tiny little indentation for the nose as well. Just these really fine details. And this is about 440 degrees just there. We're going to just pull this down like that. And let's keep it clean, everyone. Let's keep it on the artwork, which is this beautiful squirrel on wood. Whereabouts in the world are you watching from? Yesterday, when I was doing the carpentry for these squirrels, loads of viewers from Canada, places like that. So the stencil shed has gone global, which is fantastic. Do hit subscribe on this little live feed. See if we can double tap the screen and get me towards 20 likes. That would be amazing. Oh, let's have a little look. Have we just had? Oh, India, Australia. Oh my! I do live streaming on a platform that's associated with the ticking clock, and it's all people in the UK, which is fine, which is cool. But when I do these YouTube streams, they truly go global. So to have someone chalking in from Australia and India at the same time, fantastic. Right, Pakistan, hello. How are we doing? Right, okay, we're going to just be pulling the blue tape gradually back, just like that, just to reveal the little squirrel just over there. Fantastic, look. And you can see every single one of these squirrels is slightly different on the piece of wood. I think I might actually have just had a sale come through for a squirrel. So someone has gone and bought the nice squirrel that was linked in this live stream. So that is amazing. Thank you very much. That is potentially my first sale ever while doing one of these live streams. Right, okay. So to celebrate, I'm going to go and crank up the pyrography tool just like that. My name's Sid, by the way. This is my studio. You can see it's an old, you can see loads of different artworks over here that I've done from over the years, sharks on wood, but I specialise in using wood as a canvas, and it's all done with spray paints. We've got little topical things like that. Ice age squirrels. Oh, I know you, the one with that was chasing the nut, and he always gets like squished, sort of like Wile E. Coyote. That would be cool, yeah. And this is all the wood that I make and get it ready. So yeah, that's looking cool as well. We've got a giant Yoda up there. We've got a giant parrot as well. I love doing quirky things with Star Wars. So this is Baby Yoda fused with Gizmo. So he's pretty cool as well. So yeah, yep, lol. Okay. Have you any ice age? I want the first one. Yeah. So I try not to. Oh, there we are. There's a lovely elephant there. This is quite cool as well. That's a dragonfly fused with an X-wing. So yeah, I'm going to get this display all covered up with bits and pieces later on. And then these are the paints that I use. So the squirrel just here would have been done just with stencils, just like this. And basically you spray the paint through the layer to create the artwork on the wood is how it's done. So loads of viewers, thanks all for joining me. I'm going to just carry on with this squirrel. So anyone who's not seen me cutting into these just yet, I've got the hot knife at about 500 degrees centigrade. And what I'm doing is I'm burning the paint away, just back towards the squirrel, just like that. And it creates almost like a white line, but it's actually just getting the cream here revealed again. So it's a really handy way of just adding detail onto stencils. Now, if you're on the streets doing spray painting and things like that, there are ways to sort of do that. But on wood as a canvas, One of my last shorts, actually, I kind of defaced a telegraph pole, and I used a grinder just to do exactly what I'm just doing now. So do give me a subscribe, and you'll get to see some of the quirky sort of street art that I do as well, all done around here, which is the southwest here in England. And we've got loads of multinational followers coming in today to this live stream. Thanks for joining me in my little humble abode on a Friday morning. And we're just doing the finishing of these wonderful squirrels on wood. Right, here we go. So, good, way too early morning from the Huntsville, Alabama. Hello there, Troy, how are we doing? We've got some viewers in way too early. It is, it's probably about 4 in the morning, isn't it? You death scrolling when you pop to the loo in the middle of the night. I've always got this image of people watching at all these odd times. Right, I'm going to just pull the tape just like that. You can see where I've sprayed and some of it's gone over the tape, but by removing the tape, it just creates this tight line on the piece of ash wood, just like that. And then that is all looking good and revealed. Beautiful squirrel within his little log just there. Capping, let's pipe down on the religious connotations. I live in a small town in the middle of nowhere, and I concentrate on my art, not geopolitics, my friend. You're probably on the wrong live stream if you're into geopolitics. Right, okay, so we've got that going on there. Got a different squirrel. This one, look, there's a little bit of a gap here where the tail was not hit onto the blue. So what I'm going to do on the pyrography is I'm going to turn him right up like that. Thank you very much, Vicky. Much appreciated. We've had a couple of other viewers in from Australia. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the shout outs, everyone. And you see, I'm just burning and then ruffling. This is like a pyrography blade. And I'm just blending the tail and connecting it where the blue is, just like that. We've got a little bit of smoke coming out just there as well. That's because of the heat. Oh, that's probably a little bit dark there, but that's all right. And then I'm just going to turn it back to about 400, just like that. Double tap the screen to like the live. Much appreciated if you guys could do that. It costs nothing to do that. It shows your support for the artist and said squirrel. And you can see some of the other things that I do as well, because you'll probably get shown some of my other videos and shorts, fun things that I do, all with spray paints, all from my studio here, which is the Stencil Shed. That is the name of my YouTube channel as well, so go and pick up some of my other videos. And my name is Sid, by the way. I'm the artist that makes all these different artworks on beautiful pieces of wood, all done by hand with spray paints. And relax, Sid, and relax. Right, I'm just going to burn this like that and give that scruffy effect on his tummy. He's all looking good. Wow, we've had loads of double taps coming through. Much appreciated for you guys doing that. Brilliant. Thank you, Winnie. Much appreciated. Lovely comment. So, yeah. So having him encased. I actually did the live stream yesterday, just totally off the cuff, where I was grinding these shapes into the wood. So everything you see here is 100% handmade by myself. But it's about, oh, I've just got to go around and do his little hands. Let me go and do the line work on his hand. And it just gives a little kind of indication more of where his fingers are. And then just going round the nut, just like that. And then the exciting bit is just to go, don't go anywhere just now, because we're just going to do drum roll, please. And we're going to just pull up. That's looking good. And then we're going to pull this tape off. And you see where I was just burning the tail like that, so it looks like it's really tucked in behind the wood, doesn't it? Fantastic. Hey, pretty squirrel. It's a red squirrel as well. So here in the UK, we've got a real love for squirrels. But we had these American invaders come in, the grey squirrel, back in the day. And we tend to just have the red squirrels up in Scotland, basically because they're more rural. And the grey squirrels have kind of taken over sort of all our urban areas. But right up in Scotland and places like that, where the conditions are right, we'd still have the red squirrels. So it tends to be that the red squirrels are slightly more loved here in the UK. So there we are. There's some fun facts about squirrels just coming along. Let me just go and do his eye. So this is a pyrography tool. I'm currently on 445 volts just there, or the temperature. This is pumped through this end of this little tool. And when I've spray painted the paint onto these pieces of wood, we just touch that up like that and like that. And bring this round like that. you can just sort of see it all coming together. So yeah, I've really been putting a lot of effort into my YouTube channel over the last 10 months, something like that. I've grown from 1,000 subscribers to over 10,000, which is amazing. I'd love to have a few more subscribers during this live. If you want to hit live, or you can double tap the screen as well to like this live. This should be the last squirrel that I'm just making and finishing off. You can also review some of my old lives where I actually carve the shape into this piece of wood. My channel is all about having fun with art, experimenting, spray paints, some lessons, some tutorials so you can make your own, have a go with spray painting, your own art. Let me just going to show you a quick glimpse of my studio. It does need a mad tidy up here. We've got a life-size Jaws over here, just hiding behind the dog. So that's Jaws from the original Bond film, which I made for a local fun event. I do things like here, I've got like a Groot. I've got to have a Groot on a nice piece of wood. You can see his eyes are all shining and nice, just with a little heart just there. Yeah, thanks to all the subscribers coming through. That is amazing. Thanks so much. And let me go back over to this squirrel and we'll do the final reveal on one of these squirrels. I do love doing this. It's really addictive, this bit where you just pull the tape to reveal the fine line. Let's pull the tape to reveal the squirrel. Fantastic. He's looking good, isn't he? There we are. And how different can they all be? Yeah, so to get the eyes so shiny, I use like it's the same paint for the squirrels just here. It's an enamel model maker's paint. I should have a pot of it down here somewhere. There we are. Gloss black. Yeah, there we are. Proper artist. Look, let's have all the goo coming out everywhere from the tin. Nothing's particularly neat and tidy in here, but that's just the way we work. And then I put it on thick with a nail, so an actual physical nail like that, and then dab it onto the eyes and then let it set overnight. So that gives the illusion of roundness to the eyes. So all the eyes on my different artworks, I've got that effect. So there we are. There's a nice little tip for you for free. Right, let's just end this live. We're just seeing how Holly is down here. And thanks very much for joining us. Thanks for all these amazing comments coming through. And hit subscribe wherever that is on this screen for you. And you can see me on the next little live stream. You'll be able to watch my next video. And bye-bye. Thanks, Avni. And catch you on the next live. Thanks very much.